Hi friends and friendly subscribers. As I promised, I'm going to do welcome back, by the way. This is Inner Hill Tarot, and today, as promised, I'm going to do energy pairing between Kim Kranz, The Wild Unknown Tarot from Harper One publisher, and this is the first edition of the mass market production in at least the UK version, and the Sacred Web Tarot deck and guidebook, also from Harper One, that just recently published, I think around November. And the reason I want to do this energy pairing is because when I first do the silent flip through of the Sacred Web silent flip through and unboxing, I feel a very deep similarities between the two decks. So I want to also see by myself the feeling that I get from these two decks together side by side. Okay. I think obviously the Wild Unknown Tarot winning on one extra packaging here. Of the box itself. But let's see. Oh, it's the same size. I thought this one is bigger than the Wild Unknown. Okay. You see, you learn something new when you're doing new things and kept being interested or curious, I guess. So let's see this energy pairing of the two decks, and I will give you my personal take on them after we did the whole deck comparison. By the way, if you see or if you hear noise, I'm so sorry. My husband is doing the cooking right now. Bless him. I love my husband for doing this in the household. He's a really awesome person. And before I do this energy pairing, if you don't mind, please subscribe, like, share this video with your friends who probably already have the Wild Unknown Tarot and wondering about the Sacred Web Tarot, if he should get it or not, he or she should get it or not. Okay, that's how you can help me to grow my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So let's start the energy pairing. So for this deck, I think it started with the Pentacles first and then Cups. It has its own structure, whereas the Kim Krans is following the Thoth Tarot. So I'm going to readjust. To have a general same feeling. Yeah. This is if I'm drawn. Okay, let's continue. think I got it wrong. Sorry. Okay guys, we just finished the energy pairing between the Wild Unknown Tarot first edition by Kim Krans with the Sacred Web Tarot by James Brown the fourth, illustrated by James Brown the fourth, which is belong to Jenny Bowie Brown. So right off the bat, how do I feel when I have these two decks side by side? The general feeling that I feel is it's really quite similar, and some of the imagery, for example, right off the bat, oh, and I think it has a extra card here if I'm not wrong. Probably I'm wrong. I thought this is the Ace of Pentacles, but probably this is the World actually. Do we have the World here? Yes, we do. So it does have an extra card in here. That's sweet. Anyway, come back to my personal feeling of the deck. These two decks pairing next to each other. There's a lot of things that can be correlated, but some is very confronting as well. For example, the High Priestess. It hit me a similar feeling with the coloring as well. It's something that both Peacock and the White Tiger here holding something that only they know, you know. It's a hidden knowledge from both of them, of course, with the color like this, right? Indigo, very opening third eye chakra. And both Empress and Emperor in this deck are the bull and the cow, and in Kim Krans is depicting both in trees for Empress and Emperor. So in this sense, it's quite similar feeling, you know. And it's like a flip-flop. In this one is nighttime with the Empress, but in Sacred Web is in daytime with the cow, so they work. And the Emperor in Kim Krans is a daytime, and in Sacred Web it feels like a minotaur more than a bull who work in the nighttime. Yeah, I'm not sure what is this. Is this supposed to be an owl in a Hierophant card in Sacred Web? I have to read again. Also with the Lovers, for example, is quite similar as well to me. It's all something that very ethereal, Gemini energy. Of course, this is in a butterfly form. This is in a swan form. Very similar. The Chariot is a bit different. This is supposed to be the snow dogs, I guess, versus the horse. So one is the summer, one is the winter chariots. It's very interesting. And because it's following the Thoth system, Justice is number 8 here in Kim Kran's Wild Unknown Tarot, whereas in here is Rider Waite Smith with Strength. And the Hermit is also something that's very interesting, you know, because this one, it reminds me of, if I'm not wrong, the story of Gajayana. In Gajayana, in the Indian mythical folklore. So this elephant was trapped by a crocodile, and the crocodile eaten one of his front leg, right? And then Vishnu came by. Vishnu is the god of preserver in Hindu folklore, and he released the elephant feet from the hold of the crocodile, and then the Gajayana, the elephant, gave Vishnu the lotus flower as a thank you, you know. So it's really, it gives me an image of like being a hermit is committing yourself into preserving the nature and preserving the creation, and give thanks to the higher power that help preserving your life, and being curious with it, you know, learning about the self, the Hermit in this card. And the Hermit in this card of the Kim Kran's Wild Unknown Tarot, of course, the turtles, when it's alone and going in, it's really going in. There's nothing you can do to make it out. When they want to be a hermit, they will. There's nothing else you can do to make them out. It's very interesting. So that is what I'm seeing so far. It's very thing that I would like to say also about the Death card. To me, it's quite confusing. I don't know, what is this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be a flower that gone bad or something like that? Yeah, but this is supposed to be like an acorn or something. It's symbolizing transformation from the flower into the acorn, and infinity. It will happen again and again. So, and this one, death, of course, is very visceral. This death, the death of the physical. So yeah, that's how I see it in the major arcana. Is this supposed to be? No. How is this be? This is the star. Yeah, the tower. It's a lot of things is happening in this deck. Is like this. It's either the Kim Kran's deck, the Wild Unknown Tarot, provided the bigger picture, and this become the macrocosm, the Sacred Web, or the other way around, you know. So for example, this probably happening in this tree, right? The lightning hit the tree, and if you see it very closely here, for example, you will see this part, and it has the mantis around it, and trying still to be cool despite the fire that's happening around him. Yeah, a lot of this the card association is quite linear. It's quite close like that for also the sun. For example, you see the sun in both decks is featuring doves, but this sun is like you're going to all over the world to fulfill your destiny in the Wild Unknown Tarot. And in this sacred web, the sun is above the dove that create home, be here now kind of feeling, you know. So it's kind of complementary, and it's very interesting to see this way. Actually, I don't know if the sacred web creator, for sure, maybe they also have the Wild Unknown Tarot. I'm not sure, maybe, but a lot of the cards is correspond like that, and makes me remind me of this deck when I do the flip through of this one. So this is an extra card. Yeah. And also you see, for example, this is what I meant, the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands and the Four of Wands. So it feels to me in this Three of Wands, the Sacred Web Tarot giving the more broad perspective of the elements, while Kim Krans is the Wild Unknown Tarot become the microcosm of that feeling. For example, this side with all of the matchsticks, it feels to me when you keep focusing in on this, it has this element, you know, the three of them, the Three of Wands working together, starting something new, basically. There's a lot like that in this deck. The same with this one that I'm feeling. This is the microcosm of inside this flower, which is the house material for the bee. Very interesting to have a read together, I think. I think one more that I would like to say from the one suit is the Queen of Wands. Sorry, it have exact the same energy. For example, in the Wild Unknown Tarot, it's depicted as the mother of a cobra holding on her eggs, waiting for them to hatch. And this Sacred Web Tarot, it's the hands that are doing meditation and holding the prana, the chi, you know, the life force within one hand. It's exact the same message. It's amazing actually how it's depicted differently, but have a similar feeling. Really love it. The Cups Association. I don't see anything that very unusual, except the Fourth of Cups. Maybe let's talk about it. Yeah, the Five of Cups in Wild Unknown Tarot is one of the saddest Five of Cups, featuring the horse. It makes me feel like Emma. I think Emma, if I'm not wrong, the horse, the pony of Queen Elizabeth II, when she died and her coffin was being paraded over, and both of her dogs also, actually the corgis and the pony, they all came out and to pay salute to the queen before she laid rest to her eternal slumber, the body. Oh yeah, that's how I feel about these two decks. It's the feeling of loss. So beautiful. Even though it's not look like a corgi, this dog, but this is the same sense that I feel. Wow. Other than that, yeah, I feel the similarity. And yeah, about the sword suit, I feel the Sacred Web tarot deck is not strong enough to depict the mind suit as the Wild Unknown Tarot, for example. Like this depiction of the three of swords with the polar bear is very sad, but it doesn't convey a very strong message to me. It's there is another depiction of the polar bear in Orion's Animal Tarot, which is she put in a 5 pentacles. That one is really strong. You feel for them, you know, you feel for the polar bear, you feel the grief. But this one, I'm not sure. It feels to me the sword suit of the Sacred Web Tarot, it's kind of detached, maybe because the creator wanted to let go. The creator of the deck of the Sacred Web Tarot had gone a lot of I think a lot of surgery on the brain, for example. Maybe that's why the sword images is kind of too much for the creator, and he wants to soften it, you know. Fair enough. And yeah, it's just giving a different, completely different vibe. Yeah, for example, like the Nine of Swords. I mean, the Wild Unknown Tarot Nine of Swords is one of the best Wild Nine of Swords there is in my collection, because it's really depicting the horror, the nightmares, the anxiety that we have as a species. Actually, this is what we're anxious about, the fear of death, and it's depicted very well here. But in here, the Sacred Web Tarot have like the cat with the crown. It's kind of a little bit doesn't make sense. What is about this cat that invoke anxiety within you? Maybe I have to read the guidebook again to have more in-depth meaning of this Nine of Swords, but that's how I feel at the moment. The same with the Ten of Swords. I don't know, in the sword part, the Sacred Web, I think the only that really good is it's the court cards. Actually, for example, this Knight of Swords, both of them is doing really well done job. With this one is like very fast moving energy and just gonna hit it, you know, no matter what. There's a bit of hastiness in a Knight of Swords, but in here is depicted very well here. Also the hastiness is the feeling of chances only once, good chances only happens in a nick of time, right? This is like the hourglass, and helpful people, and also you have to catch them, catch opportunity in the right time, in the right place. This kind of feeling and energy of this archetype, this I feel is very good, both of both deck. Yeah, with the Mother of Swords also, the same feeling. It's here the same. The Suit of Pentacles, how can I say this? I think the Suit of Pentacles is a little bit out of touch for both deck, actually. Although for here, for example, the Three of Pentacles, it's called like a groundwork, right? Like this Three of Pentacles in here under the big mountain, and literally it feels like this, you know, the continuation between them. So it's about the small people that building in this term is like ants in building the world, um, the mountain, right? So yeah, this one is quite connected. Also the four of pentacles in like creating a foundation, and it's more like there a lot of four of pentacles have stinginess in the depiction in a lot of deck, but these two doesn't have this vibe. I feel it's more like laying foundation. For this one is like the pentacles has become the frog's eggs and the foundation of the frog life, right? And this one also being put as a foundation laid on the ground. So it's a different way of seeing things. You see, like this five of pentacles, it's a bit, I don't know, I haven't figured out how to make of this, of a chinchilla on a flower. This one is more clear. So yeah, from both deck on the pentacle side, how can I say this? I guess in the number 1 to 10, there could be a redraw for both deck, in my opinion. But the court cards is quite cool, actually. Yeah. And the Queen of Pentacles is also the same feeling. A nurturing energy of the earth and the next generation. Yeah. So that's it for now, for like energy pairing for both deck, the Sacred Web and the Wild Unknown Tarot. Please let me know in comments if you used these two decks as well together, side by side. How do you feel when you're using them? Or if you're thinking of using them, and after watching this video, how do you feel? Would you like to actually using them side by side? Or you want to sell this one to get this one, or you stick to this one, you don't want to buy this one, or you want to pairing up as well? Please let me know. It will be interesting for me to also get a feedback on this video. And let me know also if you like by liking the video, subscribing to my channel. And I appreciate your time. Thank you again for being here. Always love to see you and connect with your energy. Have a nice day and night anytime you watch this video. Goodbye guys. Bye.